Okie dokie. YouTube, what's going on? It's Connor back again. This, for those who didn't watch that last video, this is my 2011 Ford Falcon XR6. Now, I think I said in the last video I was going to walk through probably the splitter kit. Now, we're still going to do that this video, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So, a bit of backstory. Bailey and I got defected last weekend. It was the Labor Day weekend on the Monday. We were coming back from a mate's place out in the northeast of the state. Yeah, we got pulled over, we got defected. At the end of the day, look, it's not a big thing. So yeah, we're going to clear this defect, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a remodification series, I guess. So this video will be the splitter kit. Now this video is not going to come out for like a month and a half because I've got to get defect cleared, and then I've got to wait the 28 days for the defect to lapse before I can, well, for the roadworthy to lapse, I guess, so I can start modifying the car again. So yeah, I guess we're going to get started on this. I'm just going to do the whole YouTube magic thing. We're going to snap the fingers, car's going to be magically unmodified, and then we'll go from there. We'll start with our fresh new base. I'm probably going to change clothes and time of day because YouTube magic doesn't always work instantaneously. But I guess here we go. Go. Man, you watch big channels do this all the time and it seems to work instantly, but alright, let's try this again. Alright, here we go. Alright, as we can see, the car is almost back to stock. I got a little bit lazy when I was pulling stuff off. The side skirts and the front splitter are really bolted on. I'll potentially show you how that's all bolted on anyway when I go through the install. But yeah, this is actually maybe a week after I filmed the first split. The car's past its defect now, it's past the roadworthy, it's all good. So yeah, now we can, I guess, dive back into it. Technically I've got a month where I shouldn't be driving the car, but for YouTube purposes, I'm just going to modify the car and I'm not going to drive it for 3 weeks probably. We're coming up on the Easter break and I'm going away to visit family, so the car's not going to get touched in that time, in a few weeks. Bailey's lent me one of his cars to drive in the time being, so all is good. Yeah, so we're going to... Oh, you're a bit short there. You're very short there. Hi. We're getting a bit personal now. So we're going to walk through the install of the splitter kit on the car. I'm going to show you specifically on the rear spats down over here. So just there on the rear spats, I'm going to show you where they all install, and then I'll just show you sort of the adjustability for all of the extra adjustable pieces, add-on pieces, bolt-on little bits for the splitter kit. So there's a little chin piece that extends out of there, and then there's a little winglet that also extends out of there. Down the side there and down the back, there's also little winglets that pop off the car. But yeah, as you can see, back to completely stock. I pulled all my badges off. The banner had to come off because of the defect. I've got a mate's spare tyres, or stock tyres on there, because my wheels don't have tyres. They're hidden in the shed there. Also, look at my bougie camera setup. It got cut sometime in the last week, so that's why you guys were so low to the ground. But yeah, everything's back to stock. I've got my... If you know anything about this car, you know that I had a bucket seat in here. Now we're back to the factory seat. Even my stickers are off the cluster. I had a really cool Animal Z sticker. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, even the garnish is pulled off. So over the coming weeks, we're going to look at putting those back on the car. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll just, bolt that sort of stuff on. And yeah, hopefully we should be able to get some good content out of it. If we don't, oh well, it is what it is. Alright, see you guys in the next clip. Alrighty guys, so it's a couple days later now. It's actually I don't know, nearly a week later. Just between work and stuff, I've been a little bit slack, but it is what it is. We're back working on the car. So as we can see, I've got all the splitter pieces laid out here. So all of those are going to bolt onto the car, as well as the rear spats, which will show you everything on. As for tools and whatnot that you're going to need, you're probably going to need I think it's a 10mm spanner, as well as a 4mm little Allen key piece. If you buy the kit direct from Flow Designs, they will sell it to you with it, I believe. Now you're also going to need like a drill bit or a stepper drill bit to drill all your holes in along all the bits on the front bar, the side skirts, the rear spats, and I think there's a little bit that you've got to drill on the rear diffuser as well. As we can see there, the rear diffuser I left on just because it looks half decent still on the car. I didn't actually have to pull it off, it wasn't like a defect thing. But yeah, I figured I'd pull most of it off anyway, just for content for you guys. So, we're gonna bolt on the kit. I'll show you, like I said, on the rear spats, how they all bolt onto the car. Realistically, this would probably be better to do with a hoist, but I don't have that luxury at the minute. So, yeah. Alright, let's jump into it then, shall we? Alrighty, so, as we can see here, we've got, like I said before, we've got the splitter kit all laid out here. So that's your little side fin extension, your front fin extensions, and what we're going to be focusing on today, more so at least to begin with, the rear spats. So as we can see, there's a series of bolts. The extendable fin actually bolts into the main piece of the diffuser, which bolts into, if we get down here, you can see all the bolt holes there, and there's two more further up here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be bolting those little bits and pieces down. So the easiest way to probably start doing it, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show it too well, but we'll start by bolting that last bolt at the very back of it up into the rear bar, up into, I think it's about there, and then just bolt all of these along as we go. Now, while we're down there, I'll show you all the adjustability and stuff like that. For the rear and the sides, it's literally just a pull out or push in situation. But you can have the fins sit wherever you like. As we can see, I've only done the back, but just to sort of refresh myself, I've done the back here. We can see sort of how it looks. So you can bring it in so it sits all the way flush with the base of the splitter. It almost touches the body though, just sort of up there. So it sort of looks a bit better if you have it spaced out, just in my opinion. Where'd I put my tools? Come over on this little journey with me. I got my tools over here. So as we can see, it's a Flow Designs supplied 4mm Allen key, as well as a 10mm ratchet spanner. It doesn't have to be a ratchet spanner, but I'm using it just to sort of make life a little bit easier. So the Flow Designs body kit, it all comes with all of this little bit of hardware. So normally you sort of bolt through with that. Can't even tell if you can see it. So there's a little Allen key headed bolt. It's not quite a cap bolt or cap head or whatever you'd call it, but it's, yeah, just like a little Allen keyed bolt thing. As well as you get like a little nut and a washer, or a couple of washers. So as we can see here, poke the bolt through the splitter, through the rear bar, and I'll do it up here with the nut just to get it held in place to start with. Alrighty, now from there we can move on to the actual splitter side fins. These, again, I should have undone all of these beforehand, but it is what it is. So everything sort of comes together, comes apart really nicely. It all sort of lends itself to where it's meant to go. Now, I should probably give a disclaimer. I didn't actually install this kit to begin with. This car was the original Flow Designs FG Falcon. It was like their base car, what they modelled it off of. This was the original Flow Designs Ford Falcon. They used this as the base to develop all of the body kits for every FG Falcon. So while there are a few out there, this was the first, I can humbly say, I suppose. Where's my bolt hole there? So already we can start to see the adjustability and all that sort of stuff. You can see how slotted the fin is. So I'll get just this bolt and the front one in to start with, and then I'll show you the adjustment from down here as well as outside of the actual car. Hi guys, I think I'm in the edge of frame there. Alrighty. Come on, go in the hole. I really hope that there aren't parents listening to this without any context, because this could be a little bit incriminating. Okay, so we've got, yeah, there we go, that's loose fitted, but it'll do the trick. So, as we can see, the splitter kit's just sort of loosely bolted, the spat's just sort of loosely bolted in, and it's adjustable. Now, if we come to the outside of the car, that's it the whole way in. Normally when it's bolted down, it sits sort of about there, and then fully adjusted out, it sits about there. Now that's where I'm going to run mine. That's how I like it, how it sort of sits. It's very, it lends the car to look a little bit more like a race car, which is sort of the look that I was going for. As you can see, the big wing, the wheels that are normally on the car, and obviously the kit, it all sort of ties it together. So yeah, I'm going to, oh yay, hatless me. I'm going to just cut to the next clip, I guess. The side spats are going to be basically the same as the rears. They just sort of bolt straight in. There's no nuts with them. They just screw straight into the splitter. But yeah, we'll cut to the front next, and we'll show you how that all bolts together. And yeah, I suppose if I don't make this video long enough, we might just bolt on some extra stuff, little bits and pieces, like the front grille, the rear garnish, and probably we'll try and stick the eyelids down onto it as well. So yeah, I've got a different front grille that I normally run on. It's got, instead of having the Ford badge there, it has like an old school cursive script Falcon badge. And my rear garnish doesn't actually have a Ford badge, but yeah, it also got the eyelids that go on the front of the car. So yeah, I'll cut to the next clip and we'll do the front splitter. Alrighty everyone, so just for the sake of, I guess, quick and easiness and, you know, keeping you guys entertained, rather than showing you how to install the underside of the fins, it's a little bit boring. I've just decided to bolt them straight on. You probably can tell a little bit, but not entirely, but I figured I'd just show you both sides of it. One with the little extension there, and one with just the chin, just so you can see how it looks. So I've just got it held in loosely right now. Now if you see here, we've got a little bit of, it's a bit tight actually, I left that in a little bit tight, but as we can see, you can adjust the chin out to where you want it. So I'll run mine all the way out, and then my little extension I'll run all the way out as well. I think it actually tucks in a little bit when you run the extension as well, but we'll find that out on this side. So over here, we've got the little side winglet. You can see it just sort of adjusts in and out. And then we've got the bottom chin piece as well, which also pulls out. So that's as far as it'll come out. And that's also as far as it'll come out. So that's fully extended on the front, as we can see. We've got the side and the rear fully extended as well. Gives you a bit of a view on how it all looks properly installed. So yeah, I'm gonna keep bolting the rest of this on, and then yeah, we'll, I guess, put the grills and the garnish and the eyelids and all the little bits and pieces on. Yeah, alrighty, so I've got the bonnet up because we're gonna do the grille. Now, as we can see before we jump into it, you can see I've got the splitters all bolted down. They're all adjusted where I want them to be. They're all, as we can see, quite solid. So I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I've already started unbolting it, but I'm not gonna show you I'm doing it because I don't actually have a screwdriver handy. I had to do some jank stuff to get this apart, but as you can see, there's 6 scrivets to pull the grille and cowl off. So we got 2 there, 1 there, as well as 1 that goes into your airbox. This is an aftermarket airbox from Street Fighter out of South Australia. I don't know if you can actually really, oh yeah, you can sort of see it there. Street Fighter out of SA. It's a killer piece. It's like a Falcon GT replica airbox thing. It's really cool, and it makes nice intake noises, which you can generally hear pretty well over those extractors. Like I was saying, bit of a tangent there. We've got 1 scrivet there that goes through your factory airbox, or your little snorkel piece. We've got your 3 there, and we've got 2 more scrivets there, and 1 just behind the cowl here. Then, pretty well as simple as that, with a lift of the airbox and a little bit of contortion, the grille will come out. Alrighty, so as we can see, I've got the grille out. The grille comes with the cowl. Apparently it's a little bit difficult to do one-handed. I had to use both hands to sort of, you got to lift the airbox up and maneuver the cowl around the bonnet catch. But yeah, as we can see, we've got the grille here. Now mine from the factory, I say from the factory, when I bought the car it had all the clips snapped on the bottom, which is why I got this new grille. Before we have a look at that, as we can see, it's just sort of mounted, it mounts into the bar with, it's got 3 tabs down the bottom. Now through vibrations I've worked out with the other grille, they tend to break pretty easily. But yeah, we've got, I want to say it's 4 or 5 clips on the bottom, or on the top of the grille, on the bottom of the cowl, that change those over. So I'll quickly sort of cut to the next clip and we'll talk about this next grille, as well as have it installed on the cowl. Okay, so as we can see, the grille's out. We've got the new grille just here. It's just a standard sort of honeycomb mesh one. I actually bought this one from Mr Bodykits out of Queensland. Now these guys do make some pretty quality pieces. A lot of the bolt-on aftermarket stuff for the Ford Falcon comes out of Mr Bodykits. The eyelids that we're going to install in just a moment. That grille, they also make their own sort of like splitter or like chin extension piece, as well as like side skirt extensions, a rear diffuser, all that sort of stuff. They actually did my rear spoiler as well, now that I remember. But yeah, so we'll bolt this grille down, or I guess plop this grille in place, get a couple of after shots, I guess, and then we'll jump into the eyelids on the car, just above the headlights. There and there, they're just simple tape things, so we'll just do a quick little before shot and after shot. Same thing with the boot. When I do my garnish, we'll do a quick before and after, and yeah, that'll basically round out the video. So yeah, anyway, we'll get this put on now and we'll go from there. Okay, so screw it in, another one in, just like so. Another one just up here if it wants to play games. And last scrivet. Done. Scrivets. Now onto the eyelids. So as we can see, before shot, nice and there. I'll drop the bonnet. We'll have a look. As we can see, they sort of fill out nicely. And alright, as we can see, the eyelids are on. I'm not the happiest with them, but they're on for now. I'll have to fix that up at a later date, get them absolutely perfect and dialed in. But yeah, as we can see, the visual stuff for the front of the car is now done. We've got the splitter kit on, we've got the eyelids on, we've got the grille on. Now if we move to the back, we've only got the one last thing to do, and that is, oh, spoilers for the next video, the garnish. So yeah, we got the Ford badge just there. My new garnish is just the plastic piece sort of there. It doesn't have the Ford badge in the middle. So yeah, before and after. So as you can see, got rid of the Ford badge there. Just sort of cleans up the rear end a little bit, makes it look a little bit better. It's not like, you know, it's not screaming in your face, different colours, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, other than that, that's everything done on this car for this video, just like your bolt-on accessory stuff. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and see you for the next video.